George Marsden's book, The Outrageous Idea of Christian Scholarship, addresses spoken and unspoken issues that have arisen against Christian historians over the years. This book was written in 1998, and these issues are still being discussed in 2024. The Christians in their scholarship receive scrutiny in the academic community due to their beliefs that the general scholarly population believe influences their work both in approach and in outcome. So, starting with the end of the book, I'll look at a few of Marsden's points on the struggle of being a Christian in higher education and how Christians should approach their work. And Marsden ends his book with the importance of finding a group of like minded people through groups and organizations that support the Christian scholar. He places an emphasis on Protestant and Catholic institutions of higher learning to teach with the Christian in mind. So he mentioned a study done on 69 Presbyterian affiliated colleges in the U.S. who had values mentioned that supported their biblical beliefs, such as faith statements on their website, things like that, but found their course offerings were really no different than their non religious counterparts, not really creating a separation there. So, in other words, religious institutions may preach their religion, like on their website, but it is rarely carried out in the classroom. Much of this book has made me think of Francis Schaeffer's trilogy, in which he talks about the removal of God and the thought of God from the academic world as philosophy has changed from Plato and Aristotle to Hegel and Comte. God used to be in the arts and sciences. There was always at least a nod to the being of God, but as time progressed, God was removed as being part of any of those subjects, anything scholarly or academic. God could not be part of it, and that would be more of a positivist philosophy. So, this is now the philosophy Christians contend with that Marsden addresses throughout his book, giving Christian scholars the understanding of how they and their work are viewed and potentially attacked or discredited, or at the very least questioned. Marsden concluded his book with an appendix addressing Christian scholarship and concerns people have who need proof that there is such a thing, that it can be done. So Marsden lists many Christian scholars in that appendix there and mentions a few of the works by Christian scholars reported on at the Pew Evangelical Scholars Program conference he attends. I did my own search for articles for Christian historians specifically, and came across one by Mark Knoll, and that kind of makes sense. He is known as a Christian historian. It was actually listed in Marsden's appendix as well. The article he wrote is Advice to Christian Historians, written in the spring of 2023. There, in that article, he acknowledged a lack of self confidence among aspiring Christian historians as undergraduate enrollment in history programs has declined, professorships are becoming adjunct only, and an academy that has little respect for scholars with a Christian faith. He advised Christian historians to continue research independently and to broaden their career interests, opening up more career options for them, a different approach than what Marsden might have proposed in 1998. Marsden's book, though, has made me look at my own approach to historical scholarship. As a Christian, I have asked myself hard questions to understand my approach. Do I demand and expect excellence in my study and understanding of the information I find? Do I integrate my faith in research and writing? And if so, is it filled with bias, or do I start with a foundation of biblical understanding, or have I completely excluded my religious beliefs? Marsden's book should make us all think about these questions. So, in conclusion, the academic world is becoming increasingly secular, at least at first glance, but what I'm seeing, much like Marsden wrote about in the last chapter, is that for the Christian, we have groups and places where we can collaborate and engage with other Christian scholars who have a commitment to excellence, and also they are Christian. We just may need to seek those groups out. And I would say, with hope, that those groups may really be a majority, but just haven't gotten the recognition that they deserve.